Today I'm going to be taking a look at the Betafpv Meteor 75 2 04 wide edition. It's actually called the Meteor 75 Pro 2 04, which I think is confusing because it's for the 04 wide and not the 04 Pro. It's a 1S 75mm, I guess now Cine Whoop, and this is the PMP version, so it's just missing the 04 wide and therefore only costs 60 quid. They do sell a 65mm version of this as well, but with the extra weight of the 04 wide, I think the 75mm is the better option. But with them selling both as a PMP, you could just buy both and swap the air unit over if you need the smaller form factor. And I have to say, I'm really excited for this one. The 04 wide is now capable of semi-professional use, and the small form factor makes it very versatile. In the box we have some rubber vibration dampeners for the canopy, some Phillips screws to secure the 04 board down, 4 screws for the camera, and some screws for spares. You still get an 04 antenna. The 04 wide comes with one of these anyway, and you get a shorter connector for the 04 wide board to the flight controller. It really is just plug and play. A lot of companies are doing this now to save weight. The USB-C port is detachable, which is fine. And it comes with a spare set of GemFan props. It's a really neat package this, and there's not much to it. The all-in-one board is the Matrix 1S 3-in-1 HDFC with Express LRS 3.5 built into it as a UART receiver, so there's no issues here other than the antenna being a thin red wire, inconveniently mounted on the underneath of the quad. The motors are 1102 21,000 kV with GemFan 1811 tri-blades. My only question here is how much punch it will have with the 04 wide added to it. The 04 wide install is fiddly but straightforward. You want to orientate the board so the connector can reach the one on the flight controller. The front and back rubber dampener is tricky to get into the canopy, but the ones on the side are okay. You want to put them on the canopy first to avoid any headaches. This dampening solution is really quite brilliant, and it's what's required for the sensitive gyro on the 04 wide. If this doesn't work for stabilization along with a good Betaflight tune, then nothing will. You can reach the USB-C port on the 04 wide with a standard USB-C cable for transferring your video footage, and you can also access the DJI bind button easily as well. One thing to note, it's definitely bigger than the Air 75, so I guess it's 75mm-ish. Binding is straightforward with a binding phrase, and the Betaflight setup is okay. Be careful with this because the USB port does power up the 04 wide air unit, so it gets hot very quickly. Have a fan on standby. The only thing I've changed is I've set the voltage warning to 3.3 volts to stop an early warning on punch out. I do worry about the tune with this one only because they have released it so quickly after the announcement of the 04 wide. They recommend the 1S Lava 580mAh or 680mAh batteries with a BT2 connector. It weighs just 42 grams without a battery. With the 580mAh battery, it weighs 56 grams. And with the 680mAh battery, it's 58 grams. So it's well under the UAS 100 gram limit in the UK and Europe. Let's go and fly. Okay, let's line of sight this guy. I used to do this so you could see where the angle mode drifted, but it's a very windy day here today, so I'm not going to be able to test that outside. Gosh, it's such a small thing. Quiet. Let's see what the performance is like. Yeah. It's a micro, but 1S, not bad. See it better when it's in the sky with the blue. Yeah. Fairly docile rate. I think for a model this small and sort of getting nice cinematic shots, if it's able to do that, then you don't really want crazy fast rates. That's just fine actually. Not hearing any tuning issues, but that usually shows up on the FPV flight. As always, you can't really tell vibrations and wobbles. You can only really hear so much, but so far so good. This is the 580 milliamp hour battery. Yeah, plenty of punch for that. Hopefully it's going to show up on the camera, but maybe not, because the sun is out. Awkward position for the GoPro on my head. I need a thumbnail. Never quite get it right with a micro because you're never close enough to get it in shot. Maybe that was close enough. Nearly took my head off. It's really not bad on the performance, you know. I'll have to see how that translates to FPV. That's not bad at all. Interesting. This could be a popular one, this. Yeah, my only sort of worry flying this out here is, you know, the lack of a physical buzzer. Grass isn't really very long, but it's long enough to cause me a headache because this field is big. And, you know, just like a couple of meters away, I'm squinting to see the thing. So, you know, the range that this thing is going to be capable of is going to be great. Meaning that it's hard to find if you lose it. Yeah. So far so good. Okay, the Betafpv Meteor 75-ish 04 wide edition. Really windy here today. Model this small is going to struggle with that. Okay, let's see what the performance is like. I'm gonna have to avoid the longer grass really because no physical beeper. Oh, that surprised me. It's actually, oh yeah, it flies bigger than it is. Oh, but the tune. Oh no. Some wobbles there. Yeah, that needs attention. All sorts going on there. P gain's too high. Maybe I gain too high. This is the 580 milliamp hour battery. Yeah, I did worry about the tune on this because they got it out so fast. The 04 wide has been out for 3 weeks, and I know manufacturers get a heads up on that, but still. Released aggressively quickly. And it made me think, have they had time to tune this? Because when I tune a model, I spend a day or longer, sometimes a week, if there's a problem. Not too bad, but yeah. And to be fair, it is a windy day. It flows nice. The rates are really nice. See, when I looked at this, I thought, oh, this is just going to be something that you can get great sort of cinema type shots but it's going to be gutless. It's not gutless at all, actually. Not for this size. I mean, it's gutless for a 5-inch. But a 1S? Brilliant. Well, getting the land now. So I did lower the voltage one into 3.3 volts. It's a 3-minute flight time. That's not bad. Not bad. Not sure what's going on with that dot in the center. Slightly off from the cross in the center of the goggles. Not sure if that's going to show on the DVR. Yeah, decent flight time, capable machine, you know. I could see someone using this, like at those concerts. You know, you see concerts and they sort of fly over the crowd. It's light enough, it's got the power. It'd be great for that. As long as the stabilized footage comes out okay, at least when you're sort of low down. Okay, 580 milliamp hour battery. It's crying now, so let's stick another battery in it. Can I get to the PIDs from here so I don't have to go onto the laptop? Whoa! Oh, that's annoying. Simplified tuning. So, do I have to do it from here? It's been a while since I've tried to tune a quad through the OSD. So, I'm guessing that is like some sort of multiplier, is it? So, that's fine. Let's try go 0.7 and see what that does. Oh, I hate having to do it like this. P gain of 26, I 45, D 17. Let's give that a try, why not? Can't go wrong with simplified tuning, can you? There will be another way you can adjust them. I just haven't got it in my brain right now. Okay, I'm at a different location now. It's just stopped raining. Let's test out these PIDs. Oh yeah. Yeah, I think that's better. I think the P gains were too high. Oh, it just goes to show. So it's not a difficult model to even tune, they just sent it out the door. Probably because if they didn't, people would go and buy something else. But there you go. Because this model is so cool and is so good, I wouldn't make that a reason to not get it. I literally just move the sliders and it flies better. Not that it didn't fly great out of the box, but there was definitely too many wobbles for my liking. So I've switched the camera to 4:3 and I've turned rock steady off so that we can stabilize the footage and gyro flow. That's why I'm here for a second day really, because I wanted to see what the stabilized footage was like with rock steady, with the temperamental gyro that this has, or the sensitive gyro, and it's fantastic. It stabilizes perfectly whether with rock steady or with gyro flow. The only thing when you use gyro flow, you've got more to play with, but you have to really fly in 4:3 to get the maximum field of view. So this is 4K 60, and the flight before at the field was 4K 60 as well with rock steady, and this one is gyro flow. And you do get the prop protectors just slightly in shot with 4:3, and the field of view in the goggles is less. So you've got like a smaller image to work with. Okay, let's do a bit of range testing. Go down here. So normally we can just about, there we go, the link quality is flashing. There we go, video as well. That's not bad really actually. So that tiny little antenna, that little red wire, sort of almost gets as far as the video. Pretty impressive. I tell you what, I really like this thing, you know. Really impressive. The power on 1S. They could have gone 2S, sure, but I can also see why they haven't for the weight. And it performs nicely. I'm using this 680 milliamp hour battery on this flight. It is the best battery to use. You get more flight time, round about 5 to almost 6 minutes, depending on how much throttle you give it. And you don't lose performance because it's a higher capacity battery, so it can draw more current. There will be a battery size where, you know, it's diminishing returns, but 680 milliamps is not it. It's a great size for it. So I'd go with that one myself. Yeah, really impressed with the stabilization. I can see this being used professionally, easily. To be careful here because this football field is locked. So if I go down in there, we ain't getting it back. It's a shame. It looks like it'd be fun to play in there, doesn't it? But it's cool for this sort of stuff too. Yeah, I'm not sure I would recommend using my PIDs that I use there, but it flies better, but it needs more work. As I suspected, it's a little bit rushed. It definitely flies like a bigger model, this. This is the camera, I think, as flat as it will go. Don't hit the puddle. Oh, you can thread the needle nicely. Oh, another puddle. Absolutely fantastic. So what are we, 5 minutes, and yeah, we're at 3.3 volts. I should have landed by now really if I want to save my battery, but we can stretch it a little bit. But yeah, I gotta say, apart from the tune and the lack of a buzzer, I really can't see a reason not to get this, and I think we're going to be seeing a lot of them. I'll put a link in the video description if you wish to get one, and as always, thanks so much for watching. Please continue to subscribe. Cheers!